So, in today's story, it is a mystery of Tunguska explosion 1908. It was the morning of June 30, 1908, in a remote part of Siberia. This was one of the most isolated places on earth. There were no big cities nearby, no modern roads, and very few people living there. It was mostly forests, river, and quiet land that had remained unchanged for hundreds of years. Life that morning was completely normal. People woke up, started their daily work, and animals moved through the forest as usual. The sky was clear, and nothing seemed unusual at all. But far above the earth, something was coming. At first, a few people noticed a strange light in the sky. It was not like the sun. It was not like the lightning. It was something else. A bright glowing object moving very fast across the sky. Some people later described it as a fireball. Others said it looked like a second sun falling from space. It was silent at first, but it was growing brighter and brighter as it moved. For a few moments, people stopped what they were doing. They looked up at the sky, not understanding what they were seeing. The object moved so fast that it crossed the sky in seconds, leaving a trail of light and smoke behind it. As it came closer, the brightness increased. The sky itself seemed unusual, almost glowing. Even animals became quiet. Birds stopped flying. There was a strange silence in forest, as if nature was waiting for something. Then suddenly, everything changed. A massive explosion happened high above the ground. It was not a normal sound. It was not like thunder. It was a shock wave so powerful that it traveled through the air at incredible speed. The force of explosion was so strong that it flattened trees across a huge area, more than 2,000 square kilometers of the forest. People who were far away felt the ground shake under their feet. Some were knocked down by the force. In small villages many kilometers away, windows broke instantly. Doors opened violently. The air itself felt like it had been pushed. The sky turned strange colors. Some witnesses said it looked like fire was spreading across the clouds. Others said light was so bright that it was visible when people closed their eyes. But after a few minutes, everything became silent again. No more sounds, no more light, just quiet forest. When people slowly began to understand what had happened, they expected to find something on the ground. A burning piece of rock, some physical object that caused the explosion. But what they found was very strange. There was no stone or rock at all. Instead, the forest showed a very unusual pattern of destruction. Trees were flattened outward in all directions, as if something has exploded in the sky above them and pushed everything away from the center. In the middle of the area, trees were still standing, but something strange has happened to them. Their branches were gone, stripped completely, as if a powerful wind had removed everything from them. The entire forest looked like a giant invisible force had pressed down from above and spread outward. But there was no clear object, no impact points, no physical remains. For many years, the event remained a mystery because the area was so remote that no scientific team reached. It was only many years later, in the 1920s, that scientists finally traveled to the location. The journey itself was extremely difficult. There were no proper roads and the forest was thick and untouched. When they finally arrived, they expected to find a large rock or a piece of stone, something that could explain such destruction. But instead, they found something even more confusing. There was no rock, no fragments, no obvious sign of any impact on the ground. Just thousands of fallen trees arranged in a strange pattern, all pointing away from a central area. Scientists studied the land carefully. They collected samples. They measured damage patterns. They tried to understand what kind of force could cause this, but nothing matched perfectly with what they saw. Over time, different theories were suggested. One of the most common ideas was that a meteor had entered Earth's atmosphere and exploded before hitting the ground. Another idea was that it could have been a comet, a piece of ice and dust from space that broke apart in the air. When it exploded, it released a massive amount of energy. Some scientists also considered other possibilities, like unknown natural atmospheric events, but most of those ideas were not strongly supported. Even today, more than 100 years later, the Tunguska event is still studied. Modern science agrees that it was most likely a space object exploding in the atmosphere, but the exact details are still debated. So what makes it so interesting is not only the explosion itself, but what is missing. There is no clear rock, not confirmed fragments, no direct explanation that answers every question. It is as if something came from space, exploded in the sky, and then disappeared without leaving a complete trace. The forest eventually grew back over time. Trees slowly returned to the area, and nature healing the damage. But the memory of that morning remained in history. Even today, if someone walks through that region, they are walking through a place that was once completely destroyed by something from the sky. A silent reminder that Earth is not alone in space, and that sometimes things from above can change everything in a single moment. This explosion remains one of the greatest natural mysteries in human history. A moment where the sky broke and the earth was left with silence.